Hello, 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 everybody, and welcome to the Thin Crust Flopcast. Ooh,
Ooh.
oh, whoa. Yes, indeed. Welcome, everybody. How are you all doing? Obviously mark the dates to make things easier for those of you who are trying to keep track of all these. It is the 12th of February.
Yep. Where I skipped therapy for tattoo therapy.
Jesus.
I did let her know. I left her a message and she didn't call back for that somehow.
Fair enough. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. And indeed, hello YouTube.
Yes, hi.
Please do not ban me. Please do not ban me. I did not hit her. It's probably a bad thing to say in the first few seconds.
Yep.
You know what? Fuck it. But yes, welcome everyone to episode 49.
Damn, almost 50 episodes. How does that make you feel?
Old.
God.
How does it make you feel?
I don't fucking know.
Also, hey Kiwi, hey John, hey Lion.
Hey.
So yes, welcome. Obviously, you can see with the headlines: Palworld, Layoffs, and Banned. What can we be talking about? Well, a few things, as you can imagine. Hey.
Yes.
I mean, technically, I also have to do my review on a game that came out as well, in between the last one and this one.
Yes.
But, as always, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully there'll be no cat interruptions.
There shouldn't be, hopefully. An optimum word.
Yeah. Well, apparently Kiwi is being sus right now.
Why?
Because they'll be listening, they're just completing their tasks.
Ah, I see. Definitely 100% sus, yes.
But as always, ladies and gentlemen, you know what's coming up next. Damo, what the fuck you been playing these past couple of days? Or past couple of weeks?
Baldur's Gate 3, I made a new tab, which I have also put into gaming stuff, to be fair. So, which I will also be streaming tomorrow alongside with Inventor himself, our dearest, most maddest of lads. I played a bit of Alan Wake 2, got further on the PC version because I was not shitting myself.
Now, quick question. Alan Wake 2, isn't that meant to be the sequel to Alan Wake?
Yes.
I only ask considering you literally rose the question a while back, that it looks so much different than it did originally.
Yeah, I knew that was coming. Look, it's all good, bro. But that's practically what I've been mainly playing. I've been picking up a bit of Beat Saber again. Instead of everything on hard mode, my brain goes, nah, this is too slow. Let's go one up, and it's been killing me ever since. I've also been playing.
You've also been playing Arizona Sunshine too.
Yep, that's what I was about to bring to the conversation. There we go.
Damo's rolling a 3 in English.
Yes. Yeah, so that's been fun. I did try and show James how it works, and I died within the first 5 seconds of getting up to the helicopter just after saving the Doggerino. So I definitely need some practice on that front. Big oof indeed, yes.
Yeah, you also might want to, get the hang of actually how to reload the guns quicker.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah, I need to do that.
Not a criticism, literally just just gonna take some practice. You need to get like, right, right, and I'm dead.
Yeah, pretty much.
I watched Damo and Inventor play it the other day. It was kind of funny.
I was a massive dumpster fire, I know.
Oh no, you were perfect bait for Inventor to reload.
I know that. But other than that, I don't think there's anything else I've been playing, to be fair. But yeah, Arizona Sunshine 2 has definitely been something. You know.
Killing all the Freds.
Yes, killing all the Freds. All the Freds.
To any Freds out there watching this, do apologise, but that's actually what they call the zombies in the game.
Mm-hmm. That is true, that is true. But I did have a lot of fun on it.
Yes.
Despite sweating so much. I need to get some more of those wipes
Games.
for your glasses. Wipes for the glasses to stop me from sweating. Like, you know, the steam going onto my glasses, basically making it near enough impossible to see.
I'm gonna get my ass taken out.
Mm-hmm. Bet your ass you is, boy.
Lordy lord.
But yeah, other than that, like, you know, it's been pretty decent game-wise. What have you been playing?
Well, even though I've not streamed it much, I have been hitting the Persona 3 reload train. And yeah, I've actually gotten quite far into it. Currently I'm at level 43.
Very nice.
I recently actually maxed out my charm, almost maxed out academics, and I'm halfway through courage.
Nice.
I'm definitely impressed with how they've actually done this game, because originally every single girl you had a social link with always ended up in a romance. This one, you can actually choose to add a platonic or romance.
Okay, that's an interesting way of doing it, I guess, in a way.
Well, one of the funny little things of the past couple of Persona games was if you ended up in a relationship with multiple girls, there would be a chance that you would almost get caught. And there'd be a little funny scene around about Valentine's Day. Persona 4, bit more awkward because you end up receiving multiple phone calls from various girls, obviously, who want to spend Valentine's Day with you.
Naturally.
On Persona 5, they all turn up at your place after Valentine's Day, and they all kick your ass.
Nice.
No, I'm not going to do any spoilers. It was just literally just something I've noticed. Music-wise, I like what they've done. That there's some... It's kind of close to the original soundtrack. But kind of redone, so to speak.
Yeah.
So it's good actually like hearing some of the old tracks. It's like, hey, they redid this. So I'm definitely looking forward to actually, one track in particular I'm kind of looking forward to, but not looking forward to, is the ending song. If you know, you know, and I will say no more on it. Gameplay-wise, they've added quite a lot to it. You can definitely tell they've taken some inspiration from Persona 5. If some of what they've added. They've definitely added some lifestyles type stuff. There are points you can actually spend time with one of the members of your team, like doing an activity, like watching a video or something, or generally going out. Like there's one instance which was in FES and Persona 3 Portable, was you can take out the dog for a walk. Sometimes you'll end up with items coming out of it, or they'll just be a boost to possible relationship. Graphically, I'm very impressed. They've the way they've made All Out Attacks actually look a lot better.
Yeah.
It just looks so much more polished.
Okay.
And not gonna lie, it actually kind of looks a lot better than Persona 5. Because I'm obviously playing the dubbed version, so I have to say, very proud of the new cast. There are a couple of people that seem to have retained. There seems to be a couple of characters that seem to have retained their original voice actor, which caught me by surprise. But yeah, overall, I'm very happy with the game. Literally, it's my go-to game. Literally, to kill time on outside of stream.
Nice.
So, if you're a fan of the Persona series, and you kind of want to see what I would personally say is one of the more darker entries in the more recent series, ignoring 1 and 2, I would do recommend picking it up.
Okay.
If you're new to the Persona series, and your first introduction was, say, either 4 or 5, I'd definitely recommend it. So then you can maybe kind of see what some of us Persona fans are hoping might happen in Persona 6. So, yeah. There is apparently, this is based on just stuff that I've been seeing, well, a bit of DLC coming out soon. And based on what I've seen, it looks like they may be putting the extension of FES, which was basically the after of the main story. So, if that is the case, then yay, because I never got a chance to play FES, because I couldn't get my hands on it. Because PS2, trying to get a hold of physical copies of stuff, not exactly easy. Especially JRPGs back in the day. I only came across Persona 3 literally in a second-hand video game store.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I know, I got it for 20 quid. One day, I got the original Persona 3 literally for 20 quid, just when I was on my way back, heading over to a friend's after college. Yeah. I consider that a very fucking lucky find, if you ask me.
Oh yeah, no, definitely 100%.
Like, I think in grand total, over all the different variations of Persona 3 that I've owned and played, I think I've got about 900 plus hours.
King hell. That's a lot, man.
Yeah. So yeah, that's one of the games I've been playing, but that's also my review on Persona 3 Reload. Those of you who are in my Discord, you'll have seen, especially today, some stuff from Tekken 8. Me and Tenchi have been customizing characters. We've kind of been cooking, as to be expected. Tenchi is making anime characters. Surprise, surprise. And me, I'm just making whatever I believe might fit. And we also had a couple of good fights earlier. Cheeky bastard. I might actually make a video out of a couple of the fights. Naturally. So
exactly.
maybe looking forward to that. Have been hitting obviously Honkai Star Rail.
Same actually, I forgot to mention that. Yeah, I was doing that too.
So as you saw the stream the other day, obviously some Dark Tide and Age of Empires 2 with Inventor, which has been a lot of fun. Gosh. At some point, he and I are going to probably just do like a massive battle where there'll be loads of either us and AI. if we can get a lot more people in on the game, and we're gonna have a lot more fun. But that's only if people want to actually be tactical. So, because it seems to be the strategy of I defend, Inventor attacks. I guard our places, and he goes ahead and demolishes everything.
I love that.
It's worked. Although somehow when it was me and him versus 2 AI on a multiplayer where you start from scratch, I took out my one first before he did. But then again, I kind of caught my AI opponent by the seat of their knickers, and they surrendered after I just destroyed a few buildings.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Oh, Christ alive, what else? Obviously doing some Armored Core as well. Just trying to boost up the finances and get as many other parts as I can. And also been hitting Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel because of the 2nd anniversary. So they've basically doing a bit of a Blue Eyes White Dragon thing going on. To which they've also just released the Blue Eyes White Dragon structure deck in the game.
Ooh.
To which I might actually, tweak a couple of bits. So it could be interesting. But yeah, that's kind of really all I've been doing. I've not really touched much else because, well, it's been kind of busy because I've had birthdays to deal with, as well as kids around, so can't exactly, bring out some of the other stuff with them around.
Yeah.
Like Bender from Futurama say, blackjack and hookers. But yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've just sent you something that's just been forwarded onto me. It's not game related, but it's to do with Crunchyroll and Funimation. So I just thought I'd pass that to you in the DMs. So we can talk about later. Because it's not video game related, so it might be something of interest to you.
To be honest, not surprising.
Yeah.
That's all I can say. To be honest, that was going to go that way anyway.
Yeah, but I thought I'd send it to you because it was news to me.
Yeah. So, I'm going to kick things off with a rather interesting topic, considering it's probably been one of the most streamed games over the past month.
Dun dun dun!
Palworld. It's been doing very, very well for itself. So, obviously, some controversy in regards of some people believing that it's actually just a rip-off of Pokemon.
Yep.
Although, I did make the argument the other day of, well, if you're going to call Palworld a rip-off of Pokemon, then you can call every first-person shooter where you're taking down terrorists or your friends a rip-off of Call of Duty. So, I
mean, you've got a point, though, at the end of the day, because, like...
Yeah, like, one of the things I also made a statement was, like, running around shooting people with various things and various abilities. Overwatch could easily be considered a rip-off of Team Fortress 2.
Well, yeah.
So, if people want to go ahead and start throwing the accusation of rip-offs, maybe we'll want to look at everything else that could be considered a rip-off by their own argument. But I'm all about keeping things fair. So, I personally would say it's kind of like, I wouldn't say it's a rip-off of, like, Ark. I would just say it's more of a, I would say, arc on easy mode, so to speak, just with cute animals.
Can I just say, whilst getting my little tattoo therapy session today, obviously, like, I know the owner of the place, and he was talking to like his friend that he was tattooing about, like, oh, well, you know, if you're interested in playing Palworld, he literally dead ass looks at me and went, fuck off, I do not want to play that. I was like, alright, well, try and get into Baldur's Gate then. You'll be immersed in it for hours, it's all good.
Well, it's from an article that was actually published or literally yesterday and then republished today. And this was sent to me by Ivy. Palworld has lost 2/3 of its players in 2 weeks.
Oh, shit.
Well, it's certainly not a Palworld is doomed post, because it's still early access, so there's no way they can actually claim that. Yeah. It is just something I should I think should be noted about what will unequivocally go down as one of the biggest surprise successes of 2024, despite being this early into the year. Palworld managed to snag number 2 concurrent peak of all time on Steam at 2.1 million players. Enormously impressive and putting it ahead of games like Dota 2 and CSGO. However, things are starting to drop off rather quickly, despite continued high totals in context. That 2.1 million peak was about 15 days ago, and now we're seeing things closer to 750,000 instead, with its peaks down around 2/3 of that period over that period of time. Again, that is enough to keep it at the number 2 spot on Steam right now, behind only CS2, and still doing multiples over another hit game like Helldivers 2 at 120 to 150k. So that kind of raises a question: what would you actually consider a game possibly in trouble in regards of the amount of concurrent players? Would you consider the drop in concurrent players concerning, Demo?
Like extent a little bit, but not massively, because there's still a lot of people that play it, obviously. But it can be.
The only time I would actually consider that, considering the way it took off, for the game to end up at still the concurrent players, I would say it may have lost a fair amount of players, but that's because other players have literally done about as much as they can. The game's still got a fair amount to go before it's actually fully released. Yeah. However, that brings on to my next article, because it kind of ties in. Another Palworld article. This was also sent to me by Ivy, I believe. I will just double check. Yes, it was. So, obviously on the previous Flopcast, Palworld creators, we said on the Flopcast that the Palworld creators had actually gone through and covered themselves on all things. Well, this is coming from GamingBible.com. The future of Palworld might be in jeopardy after all. After so long without any repercussions, we believe the monster wrangling game's safe. But it seems the Pokemon Company was only biding its time. The launch of Palworld has been nothing short of extraordinary. It no need to reiterate what has basically been said multiple times by multiple people who have better roles in English than I do. Whispers have been on the winds that said the Pokemon Company was investigating reports of stolen content. It seemingly came to naught. Other games were even targeted by the mighty company, but Palworld remained unscathed. free to carry on amassing more players with a thirst for monster catching. But now that's all changed. The Nintendo president has finally addressed the swirling mass of rumours confirming that actions will be taken. What these actions entail hasn't been specified beyond the need to appropriately deal with brands that infringe our Nintendo intellectual property rights. It's a dark day for fans of both games. On one hand, the need to protect the sanctity of Pokemon is paramount to many, but on the other hand, doing so could lose them access to a viral game. At a time when major free updates have been released that deliver all those changes / tweaks players have been asking for. What the future of this Steam game looks like is unclear now, and we hope that it manages to survive without the overall feel of the gameplay dramatically changed. However, we suspect that the Pokemon Company will be relentless in its quest to right the wrongs it sees. It's done similar in the past, having dealt with years of other brands attempting to infringe on its property. Many of those brands have now fallen into obscurity. Could Palworld be in line to suffer the same fate?
Alright.
So, that kind of... So, do you... I'm going to say... Do I feel that the Pokemon Company do need to look into Palworld? I would say it wouldn't hurt for them to actually, do a little bit of investigating. Because there are quite some similarities between some of the Mons in Palworld and some of the Pokemon. However, I would also make this argument as well. It's kind of why I put up the whole rip-off statement earlier. At some point, when creating stuff, you're gonna come across stuff that will be similar. Because not every idea is an original idea. Something causes inspiration and is slightly somewhat of a copy. With some little traits here and there that obviously being the same. Now, obviously, some people have gone out of their way to try and prove that Palworld is a rip-off with some of the PAL's designs. I would say they need to maybe chill out. Obviously, if there is actual evidence to prove, obviously, stealing of content, they would then actually need to speak to the artists of the game to then actually see where they actually came from and maybe early designs to see where the ideas came from. Because then that might prove Palworld's legitimacy. However, that's just basically running on the assumption that Palworld is actually innocent. Because this wouldn't be the first time that a game has actually come out and done a form of copyright infringement. So, what would it mean for the game as a whole if it was found that some aspects of it had kind of been stolen from the Pokemon Company? What would actually then happen to the game then? Would they then have to completely change the stuff that was basically copied? Or would they have to shut the game down altogether?
I think it would depend on the severity, honestly.
Yeah. It's...
Like, if it's minor, I'm pretty sure... Like, this is just wishful thinking, by the way. I'm pretty sure the Pokemon, company would genuinely be like, well, you need to make changes.
Yeah.
But if it's a massive amount, then I don't really see them being able to pay the, quote-unquote, licensing fees, potentially, if that's what you'd call it. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't entirely know. It would then have to go into a case of would they be able to actually use those assets then? Because that'd be a whole different legal thing. But then, Nintendo's not exactly had a reputation of smart ideas when it comes to legal stuff. If content creators who see this remember some time ago, Nintendo actually did say that if we wanted to make any videos or do streams of any of their games, then we would have to pay them.
Yeah.
That was a massive thing to which, to my knowledge, they have not enforced, because on that basis, if they were to enforce that, everything would go down very badly for them. I believe the person that actually made that, I believe the person that pushed for that initial thing may actually have hated content creators. Just a speculation on my part, but, you know, bit of a huge market to tackle, to basically try and take money from. But again, just pure speculation, so do not take my word as gospel. Is it that? Do I feel the Pokemon Company do need to investigate? If they feel, and there's evidence to suggest, obviously there is, that they need to, then yeah. Because obviously, if shit's been stolen and being used, then yeah. But then, at the same time, though, if Palworld were to have to basically shut down due to legal reasons, what would then stop the Pokemon Company from then using similar ideas from this to then actually for the next Legends game?
They wouldn't, ultimately.
Because, not gonna lie, Legends Arceus had a kind of thing where you would run around and throw Pokeballs at the Pokemon whilst you're also getting attacked by them.
Yeah.
So, I mean, technically, like, they could easily have gone that one step further. That basically it's just Legends Arceus with Arc elements, I guess you could say. And obviously guns and shit. Or penguins in rocket launchers.
Right.
Go Pingu! Take out that building! No, no!
Oh my god.
Surprised no one's actually made that a mod yet. The Pingu launcher. But I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence, really, because obviously to those of you that have paid attention to myself and Damo in regards of this topic on the Flopcast, I myself have been keeping an eye on Palworld for some time, because there's literally been on-off. We've had on-off footage of it for years. Which is why I feel the chance... Well, originally, people were making accusations of the game using AI to make shit.
Yeah.
Since then, I've not heard anyone else make those accusations. And now this. It's like, I feel there might be some other stuff going on here behind the scenes that we're not being privy to. Because Nintendo do seem to be keeping their cards close to their chest in this one. Because things could go real bad for both Palworld and the Pokemon Company should the wrong move be made. Should the wrong move be made here. Like, again, it kind of brings. I just keep coming back to the comment I made earlier in regards of like, about people claiming that this is a rip-off of Pokemon, where the amount of other games like Digimon and various other things were literally classed as rip-offs of Pokemon. It's like, what's to literally stop anyone else making something involving monsters working together with you? Like, on that basis, then, like, everything where you have monsters working with you, whether they're cute or big and ugly or what have you, what's to stop everything basically that's like that like being called a rip-off?
Hmm.
And where does the legal side of things go, and where does it end?
Exactly. Like, what is the limit? Because obviously there's fan-made games for Pokemon, like Pokemon Bushido.
And Infinite
But to our
Fusion.
knowledge, to our knowledge, they've not had a cease and desist. Obviously, I'm assuming not because, like, I don't know, maybe it's because they don't profit from it or something like that. I'm not entirely sure how it would work, but if they're going after Palworld devs, like, and I would never wish this on anybody, but wouldn't you rather have, like, same treatment for everyone in that regard?
Yeah, it might be. It might because, like, again, it might actually come down to money. Like, obviously with Bushido and Infinite Fusions being free games, you actually can choose if you want to pay the devs, obviously.
Yeah.
But that is of your own choice. But again, it's just fan games. If they would have literally attack every single fan game out there, then that would actually hurt them more than anything else.
Yeah.
I've seen, like, I know this has probably got nothing else to do. There's probably got nothing to do with video games, but just an example: Rooster Teeth and the Ruby franchise. The Ruby community. There was quite a few people that had actually made Ruby like fan videos and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And quite a few of them had to get taken down because Rooster Teeth took them, basically would set up copyright claims or copyright strikes and what have you. What is an abuse of intellectual property from your end, and what isn't? I think that's probably the big question here.
Yeah.
But at the same time, when do you have to say, oh, that kind of is, but it's not, so leave it be? So that's too much. Like, that's basically ours.
Yeah.
They basically just copy pasted. Like, where's the line here? Is it money, which will probably be the highest factor for most legal proceedings? Or is it something else? Because if it was down to actual artistic intellectual property, then it would be a whole different matter then. But something that's actually just popped in my head, actually, Damo. What if, as a big if, what if, out of all this legal proceedings, and Nintendo and the Palworld devs, what if they actually come together and actually work on the game together?
I would think that would be pretty neat. Obviously, it's very high hoping, to be honest. I'm not going to lie to you. But I think that would genuinely be the better option of either take it down or make severe changes to our, bend to our will sort of situation. In my personal opinion, I genuinely think that would honestly be the much better idea to do, because then it shows that they're not assholes 24/7.
Because reason why I asked that is because a game that was... I'm going to go through a completely different franchise here. Sonic the Hedgehog. There's been all sorts of games made of Sonic over the years. A fair amount have been absolutely shit. Especially from Sega. I'm the first one to admit they've not actually done good for a lot. One fan game actually was doing pretty well. Sonic Mania. The game actually was so good, they got the green light from Sega.
Yeah.
And the dude who actually started it actually got support from Sega. So the game was basically under his stuff, whilst also obviously being Sega stuff. What if, obviously this is wishful thinking, and to be honest, I would probably say the best outcome out of all. What if instead of actually telling them to cease and desist, that Nintendo offer help.
Like, so I think that would genuinely be the better option.
Like, that, again, that's just our, like, being hopeful. We would love for this to actually end in a peaceful manner, where a game that has actually done so well and has actually been so different at the start of the year, and for a lot of people, it's what they've needed. A lot of content creators and non-content creators have been thoroughly enjoying the game. So, obviously, we would love for the peaceful solution, but I would say fans, prepare for the worst and hope for the best. And this is not just fans of Palworld, but also Pokemon as well. Because if you guys remember, there was a lot of talk when Sword and Shield came out, and just before it came out, of that being the last Pokemon main franchise game. So, you know, it's kind of touch and go. But yeah, prepare for the worst, hope for the best. And hey, Charles, you slut. I love how he introduces himself into the chat.
Right.
Yeah. You got anything for us, Damo?
Sorry, I'm just hearing like random, like as if metal's being scraped onto fucking concrete, like a metal pipe or something.
Jesus.
I'm just very confused where it's coming from.
So you got anything for us?
I do actually. From the 2nd of February. Insomniac devs forced to speak out against social media abuse over the lack of Spider-Man 2 updates. This was posted on pushsquare.com. And basically, someone tweeted, sorry, English is not my strong suit at the moment. The problem was first brought to light by Advanced Senior Community Manager Aaron Jason Espinoza, who tweeted, "Sending violent threats to game developers over game development things is childish and just plain fucking stupid." Director James Stevenson then picked up the post and added, "Don't do this. We know you want updates and info. We're working to get things to you as fast as we can, given the extraordinary circumstances our team has faced." This would be into reference to the hacking of Insomniac games that took place late last year. Insomniac Games last year confirmed it's working on a significant PS5 patch that will include New Game Plus, the option to change the time of day, a replay missions feature, and tendril color customization. The update was delayed to early 2024 so the developer can conduct more testing. The statement continued, "In the meantime, we appreciate your patience as our team works to finish our next update for the Marvel Spider-Man 2. Unfortunately, it seems some fans have lost their patience and immediately resorted to hurling abuse at those who made the PS5 exclusive possible. This isn't the first time select members of the Marvel Spider-Man community have resorted to abusing the game's creators, as Mary Jane Watson's face model Stephanie Tyler Jones was harassed last month."
I'm gonna jump in there real quick, Damo. To my knowledge, a lot of the people that actually were kicking up a bit of a stink in regards of Spider-Man, Insomniac Spider-Man being on PlayStation, were Xbox fans, Xbox fanboys, because they wanted the game, and Insomniac said, "No, fuck off."
Oh no, I know.
So
this is over
the
the patch updates for PlayStation,
so
for the game.
I was gonna say, is there a possibility that the people that maybe are attacking them might also be doing the same thing to besmirch the fans?
I don't know. It's only a very short article. Bear in mind, it's not a lot of information I know. It's just the fact that when they've attached like the tweets as well to what the director and and the community manager have put themselves. So that bit I can say that is true, but I'm sorry, I've got to make it known, to be honest. Like, if you're sending hate regardless because you can't get what you want because you're on Xbox, I'm not being funny. You can't always expect to get what you want, to be honest with you. And
But
if you're sending threats and harassment towards the devs because an update hasn't come out yet, be patient. Late last year, as the article stated in itself, you know, they were hacked. Like,
shit takes a
you
while to
need to be
recover from.
patient.
Shit,
Yeah.
when you get hacked, it takes a while to recover. And Insomniac, yeah, they're a big company, but at the same time, like, you have to imagine the amount of people that actually that were working on the game to when it then comes out. Obviously, updates and stuff have to be. Updates take time, and you have to imagine when they got hacked, they probably lost a lot of stuff, maybe including some of the possible updates that were due to appear. So it's taken them some time to actually work on stuff. So, you know, like, people just need to, you know, rein their fucking neck in and chill out.
Like, honestly, I don't care if you're doing it because you're not getting what you want on, like, the Xbox fandom way of things or not. It's not okay. Under no circumstances is it okay to do that.
No, it's not.
Like, you know, we're all, like, doesn't matter what the game is either, to be honest, in my opinion. Like, it does not fucking matter. Like, I know it's hard to be patient when you really, really want a patch to come out to fix a certain thing or to add, like, a little bit of new content. I get that. But the way I see it is you gotta be patient.
Yeah. Because here's the thing also, like, one thing I'll say as well, as content creators, obviously we want stuff to get updated as quickly as possible, but at the same time, we want to make sure that the devs are actually okay, because again, as stated, they were hacked. So if you are actually going around being that level of an arsehole, and you then reveal it to other content creators that you've done that, don't be surprised if you don't get warned, if not kicked out. Because that shit just does not fly. Stop being an impatient, petulant child. Enjoy the game currently as is, and look forward to some stuff that will actually be coming out that might actually make your game experience even better.
Yeah.
So,
like, I'm sorry, if that was me in that position, I'd make you all fucking wait. Like, longer, out of spite, because nobody, like I said, if that was me, like, running the show sort of thing in terms of, like, getting patch updates and stuff out of spite, because nobody would ever, like, I would not let anyone think that they can get away with it.
Here's the thing, though, that's when it's stuff like this that, again, it's bad, because it could then end up meeting pressure from the shareholders.
Yeah.
Which, when the shareholders then stick their nose in things, it usually results in something bad.
Well, I suppose so. Like, you know, but
because
that's what I said, if that was me in charge of it.
I know, but the thing is,
if that was me in charge.
As I said though, like, is this type of situation that could result in shareholders sticking their nose in, stuff then gets released that's not actually fully what you're after, which you then turn bitch and moan about even more, then the devs then get in shit from the higher ups and the shareholders. Yeah. It's a never-ending story. It's a never-ending tale of hatred, to which you then probably have devs then not want to actually work on the game and actually possibly quit. And then there's no longer and then the studio then itself then will suffer, to which then their reputation will go down, which then might result in the company actually going under. Why? All because you decided to be an impatient, petulant child and start hurling death threats and shit.
Exactly.
All it takes is just some arseholes to start some shit, corporate then gets involved, ruins everything, and then you don't get what you want, and everyone loses.
Yeah. Like, okay, this is in a way wildly gone.
So I'm gonna make this I'm gonna make this statement here, and if anyone actually has sent those death threats, sees this, 2 bits of advice. If you don't like our statements in regards of this, take a tablespoon of cement and harden the fuck up. And if you really can't hold on, then I recommend becoming a doctor and get some fucking patience.
Like the pun there, by the way.
Thank you very much.
And I know it's slightly off topic, but it is also game related. But it goes for the same of separate the character from the actor in terms of video, like not even in terms of video games, but like movies and shit.
Anime,
too.
yeah, like literally the same thing.
Yeah,
people,
like you know,
like so many people literally can't do that.
Literally, because unfortunately, and I know this is more Baldur's Gate 3 related, but people have made Astarian's voice actor so uncomfortable because they have, you know, it's okay if you're like, you know, thirsting over, you know, the character. That's okay, but learn to separate the character from the voice actor.
Yeah, basically.
At the end of the day.
Basically, just chill the fuck out, people.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna deny that I thirst over Astarian, but I know how to, you know, separate the two. To be honest.
Understatement of the century, but go on.
But at the end of the day, come on.
Sat here,
like,
sat here
make
singing.
people uncomfortable like that.
Sat here singing about Gustarian.
Yeah, I know. That's because it's stuck in my head at the moment. Like, you know, genuinely.
It's been stuck in your head since you first heard it.
I know. Who's the goose that's on the loose? Gustarian. Is he here?
Aye. Wasn't asking you to fucking start singing it. So basically, to summarise, people are being impatient, petulant children and jumping up and down at Insomniac.
Yeah. To summarise.
Yeah. Well, not much that can really be said, but well, something that popped up from on my ends that I've had to do a little bit of digging around, and I have found, and apparently from the San Francisco Chronicle, was basically in regards of Microsoft-owned gaming giants layoffs hitting all over the show, which not gonna lie, it's kind of ironic, really, considering literally the amount of money they put in to that Microsoft / Xbox put into actually getting a hold of Activision Blizzard, and now they're having to do a shit ton of layoffs. It's like, it kind of goes into the question of like, could you guys even fucking afford this to begin with? Like, you guys, like, it's only been like what, 5-6 months since the acquisition fully went through. After all the legal bullshit, and now there's layoffs. My statement says, can they were they able to actually afford this?
Honestly, no idea.
Because it's
genuinely, I don't think they could.
Because unfortunately, what has happened is and this is actually not part of the article, but it has actually raised a bit of concern from mine. So the studio responsible for the Spyro Reignited trilogy has apparently a location for the studio is actually closing down. So this is not exactly a good thing. They're literally tightening the noose around everything owned by Activision Blizzard. And it's like, layoffs are happening all over the show in regards of it. Is this... Again, this is exactly what I was afraid... and I'm pretty sure you're with me on this, Damo. This is exactly what we were afraid would actually happen.
Yeah.
But no, it's not just right, Charles. It's not just that. They're literally cleaning. They're literally. It's not just trimming excess fat or like cleaning house. It's literally they're doing it across everything. Like one guy, I even actually saw a tweet of. He would actually made the statement that he'd been applying for years to get into Activision Blizzard, been only there for 4 months, and then got let go. I'm sorry, but when you acquire a company and the first big major thing you actually do is lay off people, that's not exactly a good impression that you're leaving there. Granted, obviously Activision Blizzard needs a lot of cleaning out, especially considering the allegations that happened over the course of the past couple of years. But at the same time, wow, is this just a case of Microsoft are literally just getting rid of everyone so they can install their own people in to then have everything go on their playbook, which in turn would then mean it's just another Xbox game that's probably not going to do as well, or something like that. Yeah, again, this is exactly why I bring up the point, Charles. He literally put in the chat. The layoffs, I think, might be related to inappropriate behaviour allegations, essentially cleaning house and trimming excess fat. Look at the other acquisition Microsoft, not Xbox, have made. This isn't entirely abnormal. It just feels like kind of like bad timing, like a new year, which usually results in a lot of people being financially strapped, and locations being closed. And it's like, if I would understand, obviously they were getting rid of like fair amount of places, or fair amount of like top brass or something like that. But literally locations, basically entire people, like entire groups losing their jobs. It's like, this ain't good.
No, not really.
And I hate the fact that we're talking about this. The reason why I'm actually bringing this up is because it's affecting, because obviously we've not had a Spyro and Crash game for some time. And there was actual like possibility of a new Spyro or Crash game coming out at some point. And now this has happened. I'm just concerned as a Spyro fan, like, is this... Because they've closed a location. Not the entire studio, but they closed a location. What's to stop them from literally just start doing that even more?
Yeah.
I'm just... I don't know. Just concerned. You got anything else, Damo?
Other than the fact that the Resident Evil 4 remake Gold PS5 is only getting a physical release, but literally only in Europe. I think that just says it for itself, to be honest.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Did you not know?
No?
Oh, okay, sorry. Yeah, Resident Evil 4 Gold PS5 getting physical release, but only in Europe. Bear in mind this article came out on the 2nd of this month as well. But yeah, it was recently revealed on the 1st that Resident Evil 4 Gold Edition is getting a physical release for collectors, but apparently the spocked version will only be available in Europe, releasing in March. Considering the game takes place in rural Spain, this makes sense, but ignoring the world's largest economy, it seems strange. Again, this is also from the website pushsquare.com, which, you know, came out with the
That's
Capcom
interesting.
Europe. Capcom Europe released a tweet saying Resident Evil 4 Gold Edition launches February 9th, with the physical version being available in EMEA later in March. So, yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Huh.
But IGN got confirmation from a Capcom spokesperson that Resident Evil 4 Gold Edition will remain a digital-only title in the US when it releases on 9th of February on PS5 and 4. The offering bundles together the base game expansion separate ways and a bonus DLC pack like Remedy's Alan Wake 2. Capcom is the latest publisher to opt for the digital option for a major release, getting on board the $70 bandwagon with the upcoming Dragon's Dogma 2 rumored to run at 30 frames per second on PS5 and confirmed to use a single slave slot. Again, short article. I know. I do apologize.
No, there's a lot to digest on that one. So what?
Yeah, not a lot of information given.
If they're actually making it so the European that only those in Europe are actually getting the possibility of a physical, why only Europe? I know plenty of people in America that would actually go for the physical. Why are they only keeping that on digital?
I couldn't tell you, but if I find any more information about it, I will let you know.
Please do, like that. Especially for a Resident Evil, game. Like literally, their biggest franchise currently.
Yeah. It makes no sense, I know.
What the fuck? That's not me for 6, that one. Yeah, Charles said physical is best. Like having it's alright. In terms of convenience, digital is best. But in terms of actually having it in your hands, like that might just be because I'm old school. Actually having the game in your hands, and especially when it's brand new and you unpeel it out of the fucking thing. It's that the new game smell is real nice.
Yeah.
And it's just a nice, satisfying feeling. I've always preferred it like that. Always liked it like that. That might just be because I'm old. But so many people that were younger as well, they also agree on that being the thing as well. So I don't know.
It's very bizarre and it's a bit weird, honestly.
Yeah. And then thinking about it though, I'd imagine if it does well in Europe and the demand is high enough in America, they may end up doing it. Maybe an optimum word here, but we'll see. Capcom's been weird with stuff recently. I mean, literally,
yeah.
They even actually they literally did a thing where people of the community could then actually an actual survey they actually created of what games or series you would like to either see a remake / remaster or a sequel. And it's looking at some of their titles that have not actually touched in a while. We're talking Dino Crisis, Darkstalkers, fucking Onimusha, stuff like that. We're talking some old titles. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to take part in this survey. I would actually like to put my point across. I mean, granted, I've been saying Onimusha for ages. And when I, like, at the end, like, would you like to make any other comments in regards of what might help us out? Do you know what I put? Enough of Resident Evil, please. That's all I said. Because, I'm sorry, that literally seems to be all Capcom pump out. Resident Evil, Resident Evil, Resident Evil, Resident Evil. That's all we literally hear from them. Yeah, they pumped out Devil May Cry 5 literally a few years ago. But, again, one title out of how many years? How many Resident Evil games have we had since Devil May Cry 5 came out, initially? We've had, like, what? 2, 3? 2, 3 games since Devil May Cry 5 came out? From Resident Evil?
Like that.
And it's like, guys, you have other franchises. You have so many franchises. I mean, yeah, obviously they've done Street Fighter as well, but that again, moneymaker. Especially considering the amount of microtransactions that are actually on Street Fighter 6 currently, which I am not happy about. It's like, cards. There's so many there's so many other series that, fucking hell, even Mega Man they've not touched in ages. And that used to be one of their biggest.
Yeah.
So, Capcom, if anyone working at Capcom sees this, please, for the love of fuck, enough zombies! Enough Resident Evil! We fucking get it! We get it! Bioterror, not a good thing! Give us something else! You guys are talented enough to actually do this shit, we get it! Show us what you can do with something else! Onimusha had the camera system of old school Resident Evil games. You could easily do something with that. We got an Onimusha remastered game on the PS4. That was it. Where was Onimusha 2 and 3? And 4 even? I don't repeat myself to what I've said before, but fuck me, guys. Come on. Give us something different. Fuck. Christ, like, there are other
so bizarre, isn't it?
there are other fandoms out there. Like, literally, another streamer that me and Avena have known. They're doing a run of Dino Crisis. Like, Dino Crisis was a series that actually only got like 3 games. And it wasn't zombies. You were dealing with dinosaurs. Which I personally would say is much cooler, but... I can easily bang my head for fucking how many times I'm screaming at them.
Right.
Well, I've got one more article. And this plays onto the final part of the title. This is from Dexerto.com. This is an article that was posted on the 3rd of February. Overwatch 2 players banned for typing dumpsier could have cost him college scholarship. A collegiate Overwatch 2 player, basically someone that's at college to play Overwatch 2, was in danger of losing his scholarship after being banned by Blizzard for typing the word dumpsier. Overwatch 2's ban system has come under fire lately for handing out bans that don't appear to be deserved, and a college player is the latest to fall victim to these wild suspensions. Just weeks after a player made headlines for after being banned for typing GG in match chat, Seven, a tank player for Blinn College, has been hit with an account ban for typing out the name of a teammate named Dumpsier. In a post on X, Seven shared a conversation that he had with Blizzard support game master El Disana, where the employee said his 2-week ban was justified. And while Blizzard have since taken a new stance on things, the community is still reeling after seeing just how easy it was for a player to get banned over seemingly nothing.
Yeah, pretty much.
According to Seven, the ban occurred after he referenced his teammate Dumpster_OW in team chat, something Blizzard took issue with. And this basically what was said was, in response from them, I just checked your issue thoroughly, and this is a quote from your chat. Dumpsier. We now consider this matter closed and will not look into further discussion on the subject, the Blizzard staff member said during an appeal. Seven said on X, Blizzard needs to fix their shit. My accounts gets a 2-week suspension for saying Dumpster while talking to Dumpster _ OW in team chat. Now I'm suspended from competing in college and was at risk of losing my scholarship over the word. While calling a teammate a dumpster to insult their lack of skill might be frowned upon, yeah, but calling someone dumpster over a chat, literally, that's nothing. People have said way worse and gotten away with it, especially on Overwatch. Dumps here isn't even a real word. The Blizzard employee refused to elaborate on the reason for the college student's ban. The player further noted that the college rules require players to compete on the accounts they signed up with, and that it must be in good standing with Blizzard. Something his clearly isn't given the suspended status. The community, however, rallied behind Seven and is hoping to see the issue resolved while taking aim at Blizzard for how they handled the ban. And this was basically no way, bro. Said we checked it thoroughly, then sends that with a straight face, thinking it's an actual reason to ban someone. Slam Tracer player Rig Sichu. Hopefully this gets reverted, remarked YouTuber Samito, who reiterated that there is a streamer called Dumpster. Seems like a really silly reason to suspend a player and then, by collateral, lose scholarship. Fortunately, Seven has finally received a response from Blizzard and had his account reinstated. While it is still unfortunate that his account was affected by the mix-up, his scholarship is safe and he can continue competing. Now, this kind of calls into question, like, their banning policy. Like, they're getting ridiculous.
Yeah, and the fact is they were like, can you elaborate on what exactly I did wrong? And they were like, nah, bro, you can figure it out yourself.
They didn't even do that, they just went, nah. We're not going to deal with this anymore.
Exactly.
It's like, bruh, are you serious? People get away with saying way worse in Call of Duty. And these and someone literally refers to a teammate on their team, so using their fucking name, and they get a ban. I'm sorry, if I was speaking to Damo in Overwatch 2 and I actually said in chat Damo, would that mean I would get a fucking ban?
Who knows?
So literally, we referred to this on the last Flopcast or the one before, how a guy actually was, as literally said, nice shot and GG and stuff, and they got the fucking ban for that.
Yeah.
Like, what kind of trigger happy shit is this? Like, Microsoft, you're busy doing all these layoffs. Maybe you want to have a look at the people that are actually behind these, and maybe actually lay off some of these dumb fucks. Because clearly they ain't got a fucking clue what they're doing.
Exactly.
Guarantee what's happened, because the internet kicked up such a stink about it, as well as a few content creators, guarantee that's the only reason why the kid's account is no longer banned. Guarantee.
Yeah. 100%.
Jesus fucking... Oh. Ah! Fucking hell. How could literally... Overwatch's reputation is already in the toilet. Why the hell do you keep flushing?
I don't fucking know at this point, to be honest.
Like, fuck's sake. They're literally a floater that just won't go away at this point. Like, fucking hell. If they're gonna ban anyone, ban themselves for this bullshit. Jesus Christ. Just, what the fuck? Like, where's the line of... Where actually... Like... Are we going to hear literally, like, in a couple of weeks from now? Are we going to hear that someone got banned because they said they need healing?
Right.
Are they getting banned for literally spamming, I need healing, I need healing? Are they getting banned for typing in the chat and said, hey, can I get some heals, please? Are they getting it banned for literally saying, oh, goodbye? Are they getting it banned for saying goodnight? Maybe I should jump on.
I don't fucking know.
Maybe I should just re-download Overwatch 2, type in the chat, fuck you, Blizzard, Activision Blizzard, and see what happens.
I mean, that might end up coming with a bit of extra pizzazz there, to be honest, if you did that, but...
I'm sorry, but if people are getting banned for literally playing the game as intended and actually communicating, then, you know, where's the fucking line?
Exactly, which might I add as well is kind of like not super rare, but it's somewhat like uncommon that people genuinely communicate like to their team anyway. Like, granted, I know it's not that easy to, so you know I'm not excusing that or anything either. Yeah. But it's the fact that 9 times out of 10, when a game finishes, and I've seen it for myself with friends who have like themselves streamed it or played it, and they've been like sharing their screen to me on Discord. The amount of shit that they get, either, like, you know, occasionally from their own teammates or, you know, the other team, that have said way fucking worse.
Yeah.
Like, you know, with literal malicious intent behind it because they're being fucking salty. I'm sorry, but this is fucking ridiculous. Pinpoint the ones that are actually being fucking horrible about it. Not the ones that are just going, oh, hey, teammate, your name happens to be Dumpster, blah, 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 ha, ha, ha. Like, sort of thing.
Hey, who knows? Maybe all these people for all these years are saying, like, my dad works at Microsoft. Maybe they actually finally got in. My dad works at Microsoft. 20 years later, I'm working at Microsoft now. I'm gonna ban everyone.
Right.
Fuck.
Like, come off it now, fuck.
Fuck's sake. I've been known to do some fucking offended shit. But Jesus fucking Christ, this takes the piss.
Yep.
It's like, are they literally just... They're literally just... Is it equivalent of literally strapping a load of Semtex to, like, you know, playing Call of Duty, strapping a load of C4 to your body and running at the enemy, just hoping that you can actually press the button quick enough? It's literally self-sabotage at this point.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. You can tell these people clearly aren't happy in their relationships. I'm gonna ban you for saying this, and I'm not gonna give you any reason why. Motherfucker, have you gotten laid recently? Actually, you're working for Activision Blizzard, probably not.
Oh my god.
Just, come on, people. Do better. Fuck's sake. Give out the bans that actually are deserved. But you know what? I think that's about it, really. Don't think we can.
Yeah, there's nothing more on my end.
Yeah, I got nothing else. So you know what, folks? We're actually going to call that it for for this episode of the Flopcast. Obviously, to those of you who are watching, obviously this episode will be uploaded either on Wednesday or Thursday, depending on if my hands end up full or not. Because obviously Wednesday is Valentine's Day.
Yep.
So
Forever Alone Day. For me.
If Emma's not around, we'll try and do something. Cards Against Humanity Valentine's Day special.
Yeah.
We'll come up with something. Who knows? Maybe I'll do a certain game that you're not allowed to actually stream and go into the Discovery Channel.
Yes.
Without dropping any names for obvious reasons.
Naturally.
Just for shits and giggles, you know.
Yes.
But yeah, everyone that's watching this on YouTube, thank you everyone for enjoying. I hope you enjoyed all the other episodes of the Flopcast. If not, you can enjoy these in the playlist. Obviously from start to now. The next episode of the Flopcast will be on the 26th of February. Obviously we'll be at the same time, same place. And as always, Damo, thank you for joining.
Anytime.
And I hope you all have a wonderful rest of the evening. I will catch you all tomorrow on stream for My Player Madness. And as always, raise your pizzas high and say it with me. Stay chaotic.
Stay chaotic.
And live for the challenge.
And live for the challenge. Ooh.
Every fucking time.
And it's gonna be like that forever.
Bye.
Bye.
Without you, now I'm broken. Without you.